Check, check, 1, 2, BC and his amplified unit coming at you. You guys got me loud and clear. Check, check. BC in this bitch, you got me. All right, your playback sounds good. I got my coffee just finished brewing. If you don't mind, I'm going to put in my playback. So I can hear myself scream a little bit. Shut off your playback. Hold on, guys. Here we go. This is what we deal with when we're live. Technical issues. Check, check. Oh, there you go. BC loud and clear to himself now. Yeah, get him, boy. Red team, go. And gold team, man. This is a stream for everybody, all of my amplified unit. But in the chat, you will find nothing but gold card members, because this is for channel members only in that chat. This is my chance to say a thank you to every single one of my gold card members. And I know everyone can't be live when we are doing this. I only give about 20-25 minutes notice tonight, as usual. But to gold members that are not in this chat, a thank you up front. For all of you that are in this chat, a big thank you coming your way. For chucking a coffee at the channel every month. It's never needed, trust me. It's appreciated. So, you guys are going to get that first mega swig, man. I'm talking about Anthony Bowley, Eric Leno, D. Brown, Elite Combat Club, Carlos Ray, Dwayne Piazza, Reese Monet, Jack Brewer, James Shrimp Fajitas, Alicia Vukovic, William F. And I know more gold card members coming on into, probably already in here too. I'm only looking at about 20 chats up front. I see Colin is up in here, DC Lanyard, Dante Jaron 23. So we have a good representation of gold card members, man. My top tier in the unit up in this chat. Love to see it. And I know more will be joining over the course of the hour and many more. Unfortunately, when we are not live. But again, thank you to everybody who's here live in the chat, gold card status, and everybody that is not live but still rocks a gold card. That is my board of directors on this channel. Those are my members. I hold them in high regards. Believe that. So you guys are going to get that first swig. Hold on, let me get that magic potion in there first. Got to make this just right. Gold Leaf. What's up, dude? Gold Leaf. Cheers. Or as my La Familia calls it, salute. Salute to every single gold card member out there. Much love, much respect, much appreciation, much amplification. Salute. Yeah, I'm like the warrior, man. We just get amplified. Every sip just gets me more jacked up. Let me give you guys another sip if you don't mind, man. Ah, yes. Oh, man. Wild. All right, so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be with you guys right up until the Monday Night Raw hour. So we have about 55 minutes to play with. Hopefully, I don't take the whole 55, so you guys can do what you got to do. Make a sandwich, go out in traffic, twiddle your thumbs, pick up a bad hobby. I don't know what you do before Raw, but hopefully I don't take you right to the 8 o'clock hour. But we're going to get kind of close. This is the official preview to Raw. I have the preview. Wait till you guys hear what they have in store. This is the go-home show. This is it. This is it, guys. Whether you feel like it is or not, let me hear you in the chat. Are you guys ready? 5 nights away from WrestleMania 40. Whether we love WrestleMania season this year, hated it, felt indifferent, it's Mania time, man. And this is where we all, as a wrestling community, as the wrestling world, this is where we all we all enjoy these now 2 nights, this whole weekend, man. We all sit back and hopefully enjoy the whole thing, right? Be captivated by it more than enjoy it. There's plenty of people that are just going to enjoy it. They're going to do all the chants. But if you're like BC, and I know much of the Amplified unit is, we're going to want to be captivated by this weekend. It has potential. Did booking and did the storylines do these superstars, these wrestlers justice? Of course not. But I think there's enough firepower on that roster, man. And if they just care for that one weekend, that could ignite something special. So up in the chat, Anthony Boley says, yeah, what was that? Yes? Or was that Colin? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's some Brian Danielson yeses. Eric Leno says, I am ready for WrestleMania. James Shrimp Fajita says, I'm ready for Raw, to be honest. Me too, bro. Hey, listen, after the way that last Monday Night's Raw ended, if they can even carry some of that momentum. And the good news is that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is on the show tonight. Now, you know that when The Rock and his writer, Brian Gerwitz, are on the show, you know that it's going to be special, right? They're the ones producing the Rock concert 2 weeks ago. They produced that final segment. When The Rock and Brian Gerwitz is in that arena, you guys are going to be treated to not something that you're going to enjoy, right? Paul Levesque McMahon will try to give you things you can enjoy. The Rock and Brian Gerwitz, they're going to give you things you can be captivated by, things you can go back and watch again and again, things you're going to remember. That's the difference between The Rock and Gerwitz. And thankfully, they're in the arena tonight. So is Roman Reigns. We're going to get to the full preview. That's coming up. First and foremost, breaking news within the last few hours, Nick Aldis has announced a new WrestleMania match. I told you guys this was going to happen. I put up an upload a few hours ago, and I told you guys there's 3 matches at least that still need to be penciled in, and there's only 2 shows. So they got to be chucking them off tonight. Sure enough, SmackDown's general manager is announcing a SmackDown match for Mania. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Karrion Kross and AOP. So it's another schmaz match. They just announced Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control. No tag titles will be defended for the ladies. They're going to go with a 6-man schmaz. For the men's tag team division, there's going to be 6 teams and possibly a 7th team. Possibly a 7th team is going to be facing off for the men's tag titles. The United States Championship also does not have a number 1 contender. It's a multi-man schmaz. They added Kevin Owens in there with Randy Orton and Logan Paul. And now another, I believe 2 on SmackDown. Didn't they also, was that just a tag? I think that was just Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee out of nowhere versus LDF. So that's just a straight tag, I believe. The one match they should have had it as a 6-person. Because they're not adding in Scarlett or B-Fab in this. I think that would have been fun. This is going to be a Philly street fight too, by the way, guys. They did this way back. Was it WrestleMania 13? They put like Legion of Doom and like Ahmed Johnson together. Maybe it was against Nation of Domination. And they kind of made it like a street fight. I can't say that like people were eager to see that match, or they had to kind of spruce it up a little bit, put some spunk into it. So this just reminds me of that. But it would have been fun if they added Scarlett and B-Fab. Let the ladies have some fun. And I said the same thing on Friday with Zelina Vega and Lopez. What's your name? Elektra Lopez? I mean, they were the catalyst to that brawl on Friday between LDF and LWO, and Zelina Vega and Lopez were throwing bows. I say throw them onto each team, make it a mixed 6-man tag. Like, have some fun with it. Otherwise, we're just getting all these multi-person schmazes for no reason, and the ladies don't get to have any fun. The ladies are having no fun at all, and now we're just seeing a match that should be on SmackDown, right? I mean, I don't know if that's WrestleMania worthy. Actually, I'm being generous. It's not WrestleMania worthy. Karrion Kross and AOP versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. This is a 3-month feud that has started and stopped 16 different times. And we've seen each one of these counterparts in the ring together numerous times already. So If done correctly, it should have went to WrestleMania, but it wasn't done correctly. And at the last minute, this match is being announced hours before a Monday Night Raw because they ran out of time on SmackDowns. There's only one SmackDown left, and that, of course, is for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and then just running down the card that is being presented the next night and Sunday. Hopefully that makes sense. My point is, guys, they ran out of time. Who told you this was going to happen? Carlos! Carlos, you still in the chat? Carlos Ray, did I not claim this for weeks when people were saying, you're just being negative, man? No, I'm saying we're running out of time and we're just going to start slingshotting matches that just don't make sense anymore. Just because they've been feuding for months doesn't mean that you've made this WrestleMania worthy. So now what we're doing is we're slingshotting weird matches, right? Like Jade, Naomi, and Bianca is going to be fun because it's a super alliance. But how is this a 6-woman tag and you're not even defending the women's tag titles? It makes no sense, and it's being just chucked out there a week before Mania. Today, before Raw, they're chucking out another SmackDown match. You got Dragon Lee linking up with Ray just so Ray can reignite a feud with Dominic Mysterio from last year. And by the way, why is Dominic in a SmackDown match at WrestleMania when he's our Monday Night Raw talent? He doesn't hold a championship. These are just logical questions. I said from the beginning, if you don't do your due diligence and give this card enough time and appreciation, show that love to this WrestleMania card, it will not love you back. And now we're in a position where we're slingshot matches, and there's still 2 more matches that need to be made. So you only have 5 nights. So they're going to randomly put some people together, probably more schmaz matches. Anyway, don't want to play the role of fucking Donnie Downer here, but somebody has to call it out like it is. That's just it's a WrestleMania match that seems like filler to me. Bob Lashley and the Profits versus Karrion Kross and AOP. On one hand, you want to say at least they got a spot at WrestleMania. Good for them. On the other hand, we have to sit through the bullshit. We want to be captivated by Mania, not just enjoy pro wrestling. We can enjoy wrestling at the local bingo hall for much less price, and we don't have to wait 2 fucking nights on the weekend over 8 hours of content. So anyway, that's the breaking news for you guys. Nick Aldis, it is confirmed. 6-man, another schmaz match for WrestleMania. They're just adding they're trying to use their entire roster, and they're just chucking everybody, man. That's why for the tag titles, you got 6 teams taking on, or 5 teams taking on 1 team for the tag titles. 6 teams going for this title. What? They can't even have a traditional tag match for the women's tag titles. They have to add 2 more females into it. Salute, unit. You know it, Carlos. Always, man. All we do is ask the logical questions, right? Elite Combat Club. We all know it's mid. In WWE, Paul Levesque McMahon, unfortunately, dropped the ball 6 different times on what should have been a really cool feud. Most of us were excited to see Bobby Lashley and the Profits and see what kind of crew that's going to be. Like, how badass is this new faction going to be? And then when we saw Karrion Kross and AOP and Scarlett and Paul Ellering, we were like, yes, this is going to be great. And man, did that fizzle out quick. To the point where the Profits are once again, they're just jumping around in colorful outfits, beer cups dropping, they're bouncing around and dancing like a bunch of fucking rejects at prom. The Profits are right back to the geeks they were before they linked up with Bob Lashley. What are we doing? Anyway, it is Mania, 5 night away. I'm pumped for it, man. You can't let all of the logic and common sense that you have so many questions about, you got to subside it, right? You got to throw it to the wayside. 5 nights away. We're going to sit back, and hopefully we are going to be captivated by WrestleMania 40, because it is WrestleMania week, man. And that is special. I hope to be live with you guys one of these 2 nights. Saturday or Sunday. I will find out by Wednesday or Thursday for sure. But I want to be live for the good, the bad, and the ugly for one of the WrestleMania nights. I cannot do both, because the other night I will be live in Philadelphia enjoying and being captivated by WrestleMania 40, man. I will be live in Philly. There's a good group of VIPs in my circle, and we're trying to distribute the tickets to what works best for certain individuals. So I'm pretty much open for Saturday night and Sunday. So I want to make sure that everybody else in my group is taken care of, and then I will just do the alternate night. So it will work out better if I can be live with you guys on Saturday night, night one. Be there live night two, so then on Monday morning I can cut my review for you guys. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's the schedule. I will be live in Philly for one of the two WrestleMania nights. Hopefully, maybe I can even get some good coverage for you guys. Some bonus scenes on the review, and then the other night I will be live with you guys. So, yeah, should be interesting. Before we get into this preview for Monday Night Raw, how much time do I have? 7:17, perfect. And by the way, where was Colin with that, man? Colin, you left a membership super chat, man. Where's the membership chat? Colin, 14-month membership, by the way. Colin, I think we've only had memberships for about 14 months, so salute to Colin. He says, hey, BC, I'm at work taking care of Triple H and Khan at the moment, JK. Are you teaching them how to be creative and how to do their jobs? Colin, salute, bro. Appreciate you big time, man. I know there's some super chats. I'm going to get to you guys in just a little bit. I just want to make sure that I get everything that needs to be covered in this review. Hold on. I got to make sure I didn't miss the super chat there. Yeah. Yeah, so I see some super chats coming in. I'm going to make sure that I have ample time to give shout outs to every single super chat. I promise you. That was a gold membership chat, and those disappear for some reason after like 5 minutes, so I have to make sure I get those. I want to discuss real quick before I go over the preview for Raw tonight, the go-home show to WrestleMania. This is one of the most important Raws of the year. But I have to talk because I know before I went live, the first super chat that came in was Aris Monet. It was a 10 spot. I am going to do this super chat right now because it has to do with what I am about to discuss. Reese, salute. Love seeing you up in here. Thank you. Appreciate you. What's up, BC? I watched both Roman's and Bray's documentaries, and they were amazing. I am so ready for WrestleMania this weekend. I did not catch Roman's yet, Reese. I caught Bray Wyatt's. I was able to actually catch that before it even became available to. And when I say goosebumps, man, when I say I had to pause that sumbitch several times, it was like 2 hours and 2 minutes, if I'm including credits. And I had to pause that thing many times. Super emotional. I had to go back and like see certain like individuals, like who was in certain shots behind the scenes. Like I just love knowing all of that, and just it helps me paint a better picture. And that Bray Wyatt, Reese, appreciate you, thank you, and thank you for setting up this conversation as well. That documentary, I got to tell you, it's one of those ones that I'm going to probably watch 2, 3, 4, 500 times. Just kidding. I don't have that kind of time. But, man, there was so much in that Bray Wyatt doc. Isla R. the Sandman. Gold Team Gangsta in the building. Isla R. the Sandman. Salute. 4 months strong. Appreciate you, brah. That Bray Wyatt doc, man. I just took some notes for you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a full video on it. Maybe I still will, a full upload. But I'll just give you guys some of what I jotted down just in watching it. First and foremost, what came across, man, was Bray Wyatt. The reason that Bray Wyatt was able to have that character breathe. We have to give mad props to Dusty Rhodes. I know I've said this in the past, exactly who was first accredited for Bray Wyatt's success. Obviously Bray, but it was Dusty Rhodes, and this doc shows you when he was brought back to Florida, right? Levesque McMahon, Vince McMahon, they're trying to figure out what do we do with Bray. Okay, just bring him back to Dusty. If you guys watch this doc, Dusty Rhodes, you're only supposed to get about 60 seconds of promo class time, right? Per promo. Sometimes you can get 90 seconds if you want to. If you think you're really good at it, like BC, for instance, I would want the full 28 minutes out of 6. I would just be ripping motherfuckers. But you can get 90 seconds if you're comfortable on the mic. And but you have to at least do 60 seconds. Bray Wyatt, it says in the doc, man, he would go 6, 7, 8 minutes. He would just go way longer. Nobody cared. And there was this one scene where when Bray was done, people were giving him props, and you can hear Dusty Rhodes going, I love that promo. I love that promo. and Bray's just like, thank you, man. Thank you. Dusty Rhodes let that character breathe. Dusty Rhodes allowed that character to grow. And many circumstances where he could have just moved on and said, no, we don't have that type of time. There's many other people behind you. But instead, Dusty Rhodes, and there was a clip of Dusty speaking about Bray. And Dusty talks about how he knew this was in Bray. It was just about bringing it out of him. So Dusty Rhodes, we already knew that Dusty was, Dusty's the real creation in NXT when it came to the characters, And then HHH just gets to come in and fine tweak them. And that's fine. It was a well-operated system back in NXT back in the day. But Dusty Rhodes, not having him around anymore, I don't think you guys truly understand how much of a missing void that is for these wrestlers, because Dusty Rhodes literally brought the best out of them. And even though Bray had it, Dusty allowed it. That was one of the first things that I noticed, guys. The second thing, and this is what boggles my mind, and I gotta believe it's a family thing, right? Like maybe JoJo just didn't feel like, wanted the kids to be a little bit older for the Hall of Fame, right? And I know there's some people that go, no, BC, it's okay that he doesn't go in this year, man. Another year. Well, we don't have another option. So obviously, numbnuts. Obviously, I would hope another year would have to be okay. But this year made all the sense. There's no reason to wait on somebody like Bray. And we have a strange class of Hall of Famers this year. It was desperately needing a jolt like Bray Wyatt. So I gotta believe maybe the family just kind of talked it out and said maybe they want the kids to be a little older, things like that. Because there was a moment, and it was from the actual funeral service, and there was a clip of Bray's sister, and she had interviewed Bray for this project that her father was doing, like a book. So they were doing an interview, it was recorded, and it basically asked Bray what would he like to be remembered for or remembered by. And Bray said, one of the things he said is, of course, professionally, I want to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He literally said, and I quote, I want to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then he talks about when it's all said and done, the wrestling is secondary anyway. It's about being a family man. It's about everything he does outside the squared circle with his family. And that's what makes Bray so honorable and respected. But on the wrestling side of things, he literally said, I want to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Well, there's no more first ballot than immediately. So that's why it's odd for a lot of wrestling fans. So it does have to be, I would think this is a family decision. I would hope this is not just Paul Levesque McMahon going, maybe not this year. Because there'd be no reason. I don't know if you guys have caught this stock yet, but that was one of those lines that I had to pause and kind of rewind. Like, did I hear that correctly? Like, he tells you that, like, that's what the Hall of Fame does mean to him, and he wants to be a certified first ballot Hall of Famer. The moment he's eligible, he wants to be in. Professionally, that's what he wanted. That's what he said. And in pro wrestling, I mean, there is no waiting 5 years like baseball or anything like that. Football, you have to wait a certain amount of time. In wrestling, you got guys who are still participating. Rey Mysterio is far from retiring. He said he's got another couple, 2-3 years left. Rey Mysterio went in last year. Paul Heyman said he's not retiring anytime soon. Paul Heyman's going in this year. So it's almost like, I don't know. James Shrimp Fajitas. Mike Rotunda said in Sportskeeda, it wasn't time for the family. See what I mean? So I don't have that. I didn't read that article, but that's what I'm thinking. If Bray didn't go here, it has to be a family decision, in which case we fully honor, obviously. Makes more sense if you want the kids to be older. But if this was a just WWE decision, guys, there's no use. There's zero reason. Wait, this guy goes in immediately, and then you honor him every single year. I don't care. More than just a battle royal, by the way. I used to love what they did with the Warrior Award. I don't even know if they're doing that this year. But remember the Ultimate Warrior? They would have the Warrior Award. I thought that was such a cool way to honor the Ultimate Warrior when he passed. Yeah, CP 512. Because that's been a discussion, obviously, right? There's some wrestling fans that go, no, don't do it this year, man. You gotta wait. And then there's fans like BC that are like, no, you put him in immediately. But Bray himself said professionally, I want to be remembered as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Well, first ballot means the second you get the chance. So by WWE terminology, that's right now. So, yeah, I think it's like probably a family decision, which we'll fully honor, and it'll be pretty cool whenever the time is right for the family. And Levesque McMahon to do what's right, I think that's going to be such an epic. I'll most likely have to be there live. That's my boy. You know, there's a good chance this channel doesn't even exist if not for people like Bray Wyatt, Sasha Banks, because those are the only two to come around in the last 10 years at least that really captivate BC. Everybody else is generic. Some are a little better than others. Some a lot better than others, but very seldom. Once in the bluest of moons does somebody come around and captivate BC in that squared circle on the microphone. Their character, their stories, it's larger than life. It jumps off the screen. Bray Wyatt was that guy and forever will be. Another cool thing, man, was Bo Dallas. He says a couple of really cool lines here. Bo Dallas, Taylor, Bray's brother. He's not gone because the art he left in his ideas will live on forever. He also says, my fire and love for the business has to burn brighter than it ever has because he's given me the strength and passion to carry his legacy on. Guys, there was many hints in this doc that tells you that Bray Wyatt, the character, the Fiend, Howdy, all of it, that universe, that is nowhere near dead. That is about to live on more than you know. Many Easter eggs, if you will. There was, again, I'm going to read this by Bo Dallas himself, man, Taylor. My fire and love for the business has to burn brighter than it ever has because he, Wyndham, has given me the strength and passion to carry on his legacy. So Dallas is telling you, you're about to see the best version of him. And at the end of this doc, was it Jason Baker, his mask and costume designer? He's like his best friend too, one of his best friends. And Bray was coming into that place over the summer and they were creating a whole new Fiend look that is finished. And Dallas and Baker are talking to one another. And they're talking as if this is going to come to life. They're going to do justice and honor to Bray. And at the very end of the doc, that lamp that totally went out when Bray passed, it starts to flicker again. It starts to flicker a little bit, and then you see the vision of what looked like Uncle Howdy. So the bulb flickers and Uncle Howdy's in the background. And I think you even heard somebody, if anybody saw it, somebody can correct me or say exactly what it said. But I think it said like run or let me, one of those two sayings from Bray. It was right after Howdy's visual came up. So guys, dude's coming back. And it looks like he's honoring Bray. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I said my one reservation was, my one thing was just do it correctly. Like, I don't want to see this half-ass. I don't want to see this and know that Bray's kind of like, what are you doing, right? That means that Paul Levesque McMahon has to be involved in this. Levesque McMahon has to do right by this. And then it becomes the decision, like, how far do you go with it? Like, do you bring back Eric Rowan? And when Braun Strowman is ready to rock, do you put Braun with him? And does Alexa Bliss... I mean, you have so many missing pieces that were tied directly with Bray Wyatt that a couple of them are coming back, right? Braun Strowman is coming back. Alexa Bliss is coming back. You're going to need to find room for these two. Eric Rowan, down the pipeline, you can bring back Eric Rowan. You're going to have to eventually start to think, how do we do this on the grandest of scales? And you're not trying to just redo a half-ass Wyatt family, but you're going to carry on a legacy and tell new stories. And hopefully, if done correctly, man, it'll do justice to the Bray Wyatt universe. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It just has to be done to Bray standards, and that's going to be hard to do. But if anybody can do it, it's his own brother. And the respect that Braun had for him, and just knowing him, the ins and outs, Alexa Bliss got so close to him and learning from him and the creativity. I think with all that Bray has taught them, if they come together, they will honor this dude superbly. Anyway, as you can tell, I can't speak more highly of this. Doc, guys. A couple of things, too. Undertaker narrated it. He did a phenomenal job. At the very end, he takes, what was it, like some Jack Daniels or something? I don't even know what the bottle was, but he pours a couple of drinks, and one was for Bray, and he just toasts it, and he downs it. Touching stories from Alexa Bliss and JoJo, man. How hard that must have been for JoJo. Even had his wife, who they divorced, Samantha, I believe her name is, and she participated. And it was, you had Samantha in there, and you had JoJo, and everybody was cordial. It looks like all the kids get along. Samantha was talking about how JoJo is the one that called her for... So that's really cool, man. That everybody could just leave all the BS aside and just come together. And that's what made everybody tight-knit. But JoJo still looks phenomenal, by the way. One of the prettiest girls you'll ever lay eyes on. I said this before Bray even, I don't know about met JoJo, way before they got together. I said JoJo is one of the prettiest ladies you'll ever come across. Just like just natural beauty that just takes you off your feet. It's wild. Like the type of beauty that JoJo possesses is... to say next level would be an understatement. So, yeah. And then Finn Balor, man, he said something telling. At least it was honest, but it's just a little bit of a glimpse of why pro wrestlers today just don't get it. And again, I respect Finn Balor for being this honest. Finn Balor says, and I quote, "I wish I had that type of dedication to character." Because he was talking about how just every time he would see Bray, he'd be going over the promo and changing things and rehearsing it and really just in a zone for his character and trying to develop it more and just 24/7. And Finn Balor says, I wish I had that type of dedication to my character. And I'm like, dude, you respect the honesty, but it's like, fuck, man, then get it. Fucking get it, dude. That's the problem with every fucking wrestler today. Everybody just throws on a pair of black tights because they fucking jumped around on their parents' trampoline growing up. They got their fucking certificate from wrestling school, and they go up on the ropes and they do all their flips and their dives, and nobody has any presence anymore. No presence, no aura, nobody's larger than life. So if you don't have that type of dedication and you've been mid AF for the longest of times, nobody knows if you're a champion or not. A tag team title holder for 6-7 months, and nobody could fucking remember that. Man, when he was the demon, it was fun. Now he's telling you, dude, it just got old. I couldn't do the demon like Bray did the Fiend or any. I can't even do that stuff. I don't have it in me. I don't have that type of dedication. I didn't want to use it as a crutch anyway. I'm just going to be Finn Balor. Too many wrestlers today, man. They just have no fucking dedication to this shit. How would you be a pro wrestler in WWE and half-ass it? Again, I appreciate the honesty, but dude, when you hear yourself say, I wish I had that type of dedication, wouldn't you stop and go, first of all, can you edit that out? I take that back. 2, if you don't mind, excuse me, I'm gonna go find that fucking dedication. No. Instead, after that fucking interview, they probably all went to Xavier Woods' fucking locker room and they all played video games. I'm going to save the princess. I'm in level 16. I'm Luigi today. And then The Undertaker walks through these locker rooms and he's like, I just wish people cared more. And The Undertaker took shit from fans and wrestlers. Oh, you're too old school, man. It's good for our mental health to ease our minds. Undertaker's just like, I just wish I saw people going over shit hours before the show, like Bray. Bray Wyatt's in a corner going over his character shit, trying to develop it. Undertaker's like, all these other fuckers are playing video games and acting like they're at a fucking lounge. A fucking resort hotel. All they're missing is a pool. And Undertaker gets shit for that. For saying, I wish people cared more backstage. Fuck that shit. I do too. Because what happens if we lose somebody like Bray Wyatt? We have nobody. Oh, we lost Bray Wyatt. Oh, we have nobody. Thank goodness The Rock came back. The Rock gave WrestleMania a little bit of a fucking pulse. The Rock catches shit because he went on his social doohickey and cut a 10-minute promo and a 16-minute promo the week before. On his own time, after the gym, not with SmackDown's television crew or Raw. On his own time, he gave a fuck to sell WrestleMania in his match. On his own time. And you know what Cody Rhodes and Seth and everybody said? They made fun of him. Oh, that's what you did with your free time? That wasn't even free time. He made the fucking time, first of all. And what the fuck are you guys posting? Little fucking pictures of what you ate that night? You trying to get some fucking likes? Filet mignon in a tall fucking 9-ounce glass of fucking Pinot Grigio. Yeah, living the life. Cody Rhodes fucking tweeting about 2K24. His rating is a 94. Meanwhile, The Rock is trying to fucking sell WrestleMania because your asses can't do it. Only in today's fucking world, especially pro wrestling, can you be ridiculed. Can they talk down to you because you give a fuck? Appreciate those truth bombs, man. James from Fajitas, Alicia, Eric, CP512, Anthony Bowley, Dwayne Piazza, Eric Leno, Deontay Thomas, Jane Donnelly, Shrimp Fajitas. Appreciate all those truth bombs, man. Hey, that's a raw rant from BC right there. I was not planning on doing a rant tonight. This was supposed to be just talking some Bray, going over the preview for Raw, and being excited for WrestleMania, even if Paul Levesque McMahon isn't going to get us excited. But that's a rant that has to be said, because when Balor said that, I just couldn't believe it, man. I was like, how are you going to say that, bro? I wish I had that type of dedication. Like, find it. You're a pro wrestler in WWE. We should not have to be putting up with your mid-as-fuck ass. Stop being mid-as-fuck. If you gave a fuck more, maybe the demon could come back. I don't like putting the paint on. It gets in my eyes. I don't want to do the paint. I don't want to do it. And then I gotta crawl, and then everybody does the... Undertaker gets ripped apart because he just wants to see people care more. It's like, fuck, they're not asking for a lot. They see the same things that everybody here putting a truth bomb in this fucking chat. Every motherfucker in this chat right now, my amplified gold unit, these are my top tier right here. They know pro wrestling more than the average. If you see somebody with a gold card in this bitch, they're pretty smart wrestling fans. And I assure you, we all know the same thing. These wrestlers all seem alike because they're all the same way. Average. They're all average. I don't give a fuck if you can do cool moves, bro. I can go to gymnastics and see cool moves. I can see dismounts that'll make my jaw drop. I get it. But who's captivating me like Bray Wyatt? Nobody. Literally nobody. Fuck, you think Santos Escobar is captivating us? We respect them all, but it was Santos Escobar isn't captivating you. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, Otis, Ludwig Kaiser, Solo Sikoa and his 0-34 losing streak. Stop. We're supposed to just say all positive things because we respect all of them, right? No, we can't say anything bad. We love them all. No, we can. We can start being honest. Start tweaking your character. Start thinking, hey, how can I make fans give a fuck more? What a concept. How can they give a fuck? There was a point in this documentary where Paul Levesque McMahon says, when they released Bray Wyatt, he says, I think we don't know exactly what it was, but I think just creatively, we just couldn't come to a conclusion and we kind of just went our separate ways. No, motherfucker, you knew what happened. You had Randy Orton defeat him at WrestleMania when he had the loudest pop of the night. I think it was WrestleMania 37, correct? Tampa Bay? Was it Tampa Bay? Well, it was WrestleMania 37. I think there was a pirate shit, so it must have been Tampa Bay. And Randy, guys, Alexa Bliss is up on a fucking Jack in the Box. Bray Wyatt's looking at her because Alexa is turning on Bray. The whole crowd is chanting, holy shit. The crowd is in the palm of Bray's hands. He turns around, one RKO. Randy Orton wins. Why? Randy Orton did not need to win that match. There was zero fucking reason for Orton to win that match. Bray had just shedded the burnt Bray character. Remember the entrance? They shedded away the burnt Bray because he was in like a Inferno match and he got burned. I think that was also against Randy and he got burned. But the costume, you find out in the doc that he just couldn't wrestle in the costume. He couldn't even basically move in it. So they had to shed that. It was beautiful, man. The Fiend came back, a rejuvenated, reinvigorated Fiend just to take an L. And that's when Bray Wyatt said, dude, I'm fucking done. And Paul Levesque McMahon's like, I don't, you know, it's low voice. I don't know what it was. I think creatively, I don't know. We just kind of went our separate ways. You fucking failed him, bro. And if it was Kennedy McMahon, then you didn't stick up for fucking Bray. And then, without any fucking balls, you release the motherfucker. Because he probably put you in your place. So anyway, there's so much more I can tell you about this doc, but it's, you guys really got to, yeah, like I said, you see this new Fiend costume, and then it with a new mask from Jason Baker and Taylor, Bo Dallas is talking like, you know, you ain't seen Uncle Howdy, you haven't even began to see this dude yet, just wait. And the ending of this doc is setting up Bo Dallas. And it looks like Bray Wyatt will live on in many different ways. I'm pumped up. I really am. I can't wait to see that shit. Where are we at? 15 minutes. All right, let me go over to the Raw preview real quick. This is what WWE is putting up for tonight's show, guys. The Rock and Roman Reigns returning tonight, the final Raw before Mania. The Rock and Roman Reigns. Acknowledge him. On Monday night, Brooklyn, New York tonight. Final stop before Mania. First hour commercial free. The entire first hour will be commercial free. So they're really putting all the artillery into this show. Sami Zayn is going to have a match with Bronson Reed in what is being described as a high stakes rematch. What makes it high stakes? Just the words high stakes. Why question it? And then the New Day and DIY are going to join forces. Can they coexist to take on Judgment Day? I think this is going to be obviously an 8-man tag, so a complete schmaz match. New Day, DIY versus Judgment Day. Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree are going to take on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So those two, oh man, the matches tonight are invigorating, right? Sami Zayn and Bronson in a rematch. New Day and DIY versus Judgment Day. Nile and Dupree versus LeRae and Hartwell. Listen, the matches absolutely suck. We understand that. But hopefully the show. Last week, there was a good flow to it. Last week, a good start, a good finish, some good middle structure. As long as tonight can develop and distribute an actual flowing show that is consistent with last week, this could be a good Monday Night Raw. So we're going to tune in out of two things, habit and hope, right? Habit, we've been doing it since young kids. Hope, hoping this is a good Raw. But if last week is any indication, it's a chance that this is going to be a damn good Raw. There's a chance if everybody is rolling on all cylinders. If The Rock and Brian Gerwitz are pulling Triple H aside, right? Pulling him aside, smacking him around a little bit and telling him this is how the show needs to be run so it's exciting. Or trap him in a fucking closet for 3 hours until the show is over. And then just remember that you have Paul Levesque McMahon in a closet. But no matter what you have to do with Levesque McMahon, let The Rock and Brian Gerwitz do what The Rock and Brian Gerwitz does, which is distribute fucking kick-ass television. That's just what they do. They just get this wrestling thing. So that is the preview, guys. Big Nang! Big Nang, high stakes tonight. Big Nang's excited. See, Big Nang joined into the chat once he heard Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed. Big Nang couldn't hold it anymore, right? Big Nang was ninja watching the whole time, right? Big Nang was watching. He wasn't commenting, though. He was just chilling back. So, yeah, I'm going to let BC and the unit handle this tonight. So Big Nang was ninja watching. But then Big Nang's like, whoa! Did you just say Bronson and Sammy? High stakes? It's time for the Nangster to come in. Big Nang. What's up, brother? Oh, brah. Brunston Reed. Big Brunston. All right, guys. I have 10 minutes. I will get these super chats in. I will do it. I will do it. All right. Yes, Reese Monet started us off, and I already got to that one. Watching Bray's documentary. Reese, you sparked a really good conversation that probably lasted a little bit too long because now I only have 10 minutes for the super chats. But Reese, salute, much love always. Colin, 5-spot coffee. Can't wait for The Rock versus Cody night 1. Oh wait. I mean the tag match. Yay. Colin, I see what you're doing there, bro. A little sarcasm, just a little bit of sarcasm. Rock and Cody should have probably been night 1 for sure. That's not what happened though. Instead, we're getting a weird tag team match. But at least The Rock is firing on all cylinders, so anything that he's involved in seems to be pretty fun right now. Colin, too funny, dude. Brandon Gouledge. Brandon with a 20 spot, a little mini banger up in this biatch. Brandon's chucking multiple coffees at the channel, bro. Couple 2-Tree Dunkins, a couple of lattes from Starbucks. Brandon, before I read that, if you don't mind, I got to give you a salute on that mini banger, bro. 20 spot. Brandon Gouledge. Salute. Brandon says, hey, BC in the Amplified unit. Figured I'd say, what's up? Got a new job, been rocking it, so can't make the live streams as much. But I always watch your vids when I'm heading to work or home. Here's some coffees on me. Red team, go! So on behalf of Brandon, for my entire red team, and for anybody that doesn't have a gold card, but you're listening into this live stream, much love to you guys. This is just my way to honor my gold card members. But the next stream will be for everybody, I assure you. Probably one of the Mania nights. We'll do a live WrestleMania watch-along review and reaction. But for this is just for my gold card. But on behalf of Brandon, for everybody, salute. Brandon, I appreciate you, dude, and kick ass at the new job, bro. You remember what I tell everybody this. When you're going to work, don't just watch the clock for 8, 9, 10 hours. If you are at work, whoop fucking ass. Look around you at your coworkers. Maybe some of them are your friends or family, but be better than them. Do better than them. Be the MVP at that motherfucker. And I promise you, time will fly by. Brandon, salute. Jack Brewer with a 10 spot. A couple of coffees from Jack Brewer, one of my first ever Amplified Gold members, man. One of my first ever channel members was Jack Brewer. Fun fact. BC, in part of the tag team match at WrestleMania, my partner is the Repo Man. Repo Man. Remember his theme song? A lot of people don't know this. Repo Man was Smash from Demolition, guys. True story. Take a good look. Demolition Smash is the Repo Man, and his theme music was Repo Man. I still remember that song. Anyway, Jack Brewer with the Repo Man are going for the tag titles this weekend. For those that don't know, I'm guessing Jack Brewer is having some fun with the upload we put up a few hours ago, where I broke the news that there could be a 7th team going for the titles this weekend. And BC kind of had a little bit of fun in that upload. If you saw it, you saw it. Let's just say Eric and Fina. Let's just say they're getting a standing O today. Jack, salute, brother. Too funny. Spicy Mama, Michaela, 5 spot coffee. Hey, handsome, we meet again, LOL. Quick question. Did you get the chance to check out Trick and Mello's pay-per-view promo? If so, what are your thoughts? Spicy Mama, that sounds like it's an NXT segment. I don't cover NXT at all. First of all, Spicy Mama, salute. What's up? Thank you, I appreciate you. Always good seeing you up in here. If it's an NXT segment, I literally don't have any time for it. I mean, the ratings have just tanked, unfortunately. It's all over the place. The way they cut their segments, it's just bad. It's not good television. The character development has never been the problem, or at least characters on the show. And I hear great things for Trick. That's awesome. But man, I just can't. I can't watch that show and not think, wow, this is like completely like cosplay of pro wrestling, you know, not the skill in the ring. The production is so polished. The production is so polished. I mean, every fucking word has to be perfectly said like it is on paper, and they have to get 26 edits. There's fucking 26 camera cuts, I should say. 26 cuts. Nothing. It's the furthest thing from what I grew up with, and it's not good, Spicy Mama. So no, I did not. I'm sure it was good though. I mean, NXT's problem isn't producing good content. For me, it's just I can't sit through 6 minutes of it. It's just not good. Spicy Mama, salute. Z with a 2 spot. We need a WrestleMania 40 roundtable again. Last year was lit. Z. That was hard to get together. First of all, that's not my call anyway, but that was hard to get together. You're talking about a lot of different people coming together at one certain time, and a lot of, or at least a couple of bigger personalities. So that could be like Rock and Cena. That might have been once in a lifetime, Z. Salute, bro. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. A lot of fun for sure. Ron C23, 5 spot coffee. BC, thanks for all you do. By the way, I don't know why some people don't think ratings and character matter. It is pro wrestling. Woo! With a Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair woo. Ron C23 is a Charlie Flair supporter. Yeah, well, ratings obviously matter. You see WWE touting ratings. There's a whole article where WWE is touting rating success for Q1 this year over last year. And they never do this. Never do this. But The Rock has bumped up some of the ratings. And the 18 to 49s, obviously, with the Attitude Era, and you got The Rock back, some of the 18 to 49s jumped up from last year. So it was enough to produce solid year-to-years right when The Rock came back. So now WWE is doing this whole like, oh, by the way, look at our ratings success. And BC's like, hold up, motherfucker. You just had a 1-6 2 weeks ago. Don't you dare. Don't you dare start acting like Monday Night Raw is on top of the world with ratings. But yeah, Ron C23, my point is WWE would not be talking about that, and that article wouldn't be out if ratings didn't matter anymore. Same thing with character. Character means everything. Character means everything. It's why a Husky Harris fails and a Bray Wyatt fiend goes to WrestleMania and takes on people like Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton. Character absolutely matters. It's why mean Mark Calloway didn't really get too far in WCW, but The Undertaker made it pretty damn far in WWE. Character absolutely matters, right? It's the reason Isaac Yankem DDS did not get over too well. Not even with Jerry Lawler, a legend, pushing for him. No, but Kane, man, he got over. It matters, man. Rocky Maivia was never going to get over. The Rock, he's going to get over. The Rock's going to get over. Stunning Steve Austin always had mid-tier as his ceiling, unfortunately, and I used to love the Hollywood Blondes, but he was never going to a main event to win championships. Not going to happen. Not with Sting and Ric Flair and all of them, Vader. But you send him over to the other company. You shed the Ringmaster. You remember the Ringmaster? That was even lesser than Stunning Steve. But you make him Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. And he's winning championships at Mania with Iron Mike Tyson raising his hand. Character matters. But you got to work on it. You can't just sit back and lollygag and hope that everything just comes to you, or you're just content with collecting a check every single week. That's pathetic. Eric Leno, I appreciate that. I do agree, but I'm a little biased. But I do believe amazing is a good word. I appreciate that, Eric Leno. Jack Brewer, 4-spot coffee. Literally just a coffee. Icon emoji. Super sticker. Is that what they call that? Stupid. I love it. Jack Brewer, salute, brah. Coffee over to BC. I want to make sure, too, that, we have 2 minutes left. I want to make sure that I got all my super chats, guys. I will not take another minute of your time. Monday Night Raw is about to hit the airwaves. I think I got everybody. Reese Monet, Colin, Brandon Gouledge, Jack Brewer, Spicy Mama McCaleb, Z, Ron C23, Jack Brewer, and a 50 banger just came in. That's got to be the Stegmeister. Stegmeister, Ash Stegmeister Steggles with a 50 banger, bro. Right in the 9th inning with 2 outs, down by 3. We just hit a grand slam thanks to Stegmeister. Just watched the Bray doc, and damn, that hit hard. R.I.P. Wyndham Rotunda. You still have the whole world in his hands. All Hall of Fame, let him in. Love that, man. Hall of Fame. Let him in. Man, we should have printed that on fucking shirts before the Hall of Fame this year. But again, if it's a family decision, we totally understand. But yeah, you talk hard hitting, Stegmeister. I was pausing that thing and rewinding so many times. A 2-hour doc, 2 hours and 2 minutes, ended up being 3 hours and 45 minutes for BC. That's how hard it hit. Stegmeister, man, if you're not starting it off the right way, you're ending it the right way. But that is the way to catapult BC into the notebook. I got my pens, plenty of them. I'm going to do my due diligence on the notes. I'll be right back tomorrow with the Raw review. I'm hoping it's good because the next time we shoot this shit, it'll be only 4 nights away from Mania, only 3 nights away from the Hall of Fame and the SmackDown Go Home show, and only 2 days away from WWE World opening up in Philly. So all the trucks leave tonight, Brooklyn, and they start heading to Philly. Tonight, The trucks will be arriving to Philly, man, early morning. So it all starts right now, man. 1 minute away, Monday Night Raw. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Stegmeister's fucking blinking red super chat, ending us the right way. A bunch of fucking coffees, jacking up BC. Stegmeister, you still up in the chat? Stegmeister, man. You've been on the channel long enough. I know what you're saying, man. I said it as Bray, don't worry. I corrected it. Stegmeister, if you're still up in the chat, I appreciate you big time, man. That's the way to end this fucking stream. Guys, my gold carders, much love, much respect, always. Those fucking gold cards look amazing after your fucking names. From Eric Leno to Ron C23, James Shrimp Fajitas, Stegmeister, Deontay Thomas, Alicia Vukovic, Jane Donnelly, Big Nang, Carlos Ray, Reese, Monet, Poos, William F., you too, bro. And everybody who sported that gold card in this chat tonight, Mr. Big 200, Dwayne Piazza, Isla R, the Sandman, Elite Combat Club was up in here. And if I missed anybody, Ray Hunt was also up in here. CP512, Anthony Bowley. JR9 was up in here for a fucking minute as I go back. What was that, 6-7 minutes ago? What was that? JR9 Gaming, best Bray doc I've ever seen. You know it, man. JR9 took off already, but fuck yeah. All right, guys, that's it. Raw's already on. BC's going to go get the notebook, got the pens. I'm going to go get a couple, 2-3 more coffees, thanks to Stegmeister. And we're going to do this all again tomorrow morning. Until next time, and there will be that next time. Top Guys Raw, BC saying check you. Peace. This is it, the go-home show. No more time for mulligans. Now they produce one of their best shows of the year. It's best shows of the year or bust. Let's go. Check you.